the government recognizes the problems of the current presidential system, but stressed that it is not considering a parliamentary system or a specific power-sharing model. The official also said constitutional reform requires the support of at least 200 lawmakers and should be pursued through bipartisan agreement in the National Assembly. The remarks came after opposition lawmaker Kim Tae-ho said President Lee Jae-myung told him that constitutional reform should be pursued even if it meant shortening his presidential term. North Korea denounced the upcoming Ulji Freedom Shield exercise between South Korea and the United States, warning that it would respond to threats with a new level of deterrent. The annual exercise is scheduled to begin Monday and continue through August 27th. North Korea accused the U.S. of using the drills to prepare for military confrontation and vowed to defend its security interests with overwhelming force. North Korea has repeatedly condemned the allies' exercises as war rehearsals and conducted weapons tests around them, including missile launches toward the East Sea last Thursday and Wednesday. South Korea's Unification Ministry said this was North Korea's first official response to the exercise this year and expected further denunciations and provocations. In local news, the Busan Environmental Corporation provided emergency support to drought-hit Yangsan in Gyeongnam Province amid a prolonged heat wave and drought. On August 12th and 13th, it sent 4 15-ton water trucks and operating personnel to the area. The corporation temporarily converted road cleaning vehicles into water trucks and worked with Yangsan City to supply around 300 tons of water for agricultural use. The vehicles were deployed to areas in urgent need, including Yeorangri and Kaegongri in Dongmyeon and Sunjiri in Habungmyeon. The corporation said it will strengthen its disaster response system by using its personnel and equipment to help communities cope with climate-related disasters, including heat waves and drought. Busan Mayor Choi Jae-soo said that Busan, Ulsan, and Gyeongnam Province are holding working-level talks on closer regional cooperation. Choi said he had urged a meeting with the governor as soon as possible, while Governor Park Won-soo suggested first organizing the issues through working-level discussions. Choi declined to comment on whether administrative integration or a special regional union would be more appropriate. He also highlighted a recent agreement among the 3 regions on developing a maritime capital area and jointly attracting investment. For next year's budget, Choi said Busan will focus on maritime infrastructure, tourism, artificial intelligence investment, and expanding sports facilities to improve residents' quality of life. In international news, tensions between the United States and Iran are escalating over the Strait of Hormuz with no clear breakthrough in sight. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warned that the U.S. Navy could maintain a blockade indefinitely, while Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent threatened unprecedented economic isolation against Iran. The U.S. is also sending the USS George Washington to the Middle East to replace the USS Abraham Lincoln. Iran has rejected U.S. claims over control of the strait. Meanwhile, Iran-linked Houthi rebels launched attacks in the Red Sea and targeted Saudi oil facilities. 2 UAE oil tankers were also reportedly attacked while passing through the Strait of Hormuz. And now for today's weather. It is mostly cloudy and hot with daytime highs reaching around 33 degrees. Scattered showers of 5 to 40 millimeters fell in some areas during the morning. Tropical nights are expected in some areas. The temperature in Busan is currently 30 degrees Celsius. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BeFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BeFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For My Busan with Laura McLuckie. BeFM 부산영어방송.
Hello, 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 and welcome to a fantastic Friday here at For My Busan. Food, glorious food. Food can bring back memories, can remind us of our childhood or happy moments or places that we visited. Food also connects people. Meals we share with family and friends, they become memories of the people we love. And food, of course, can be a comfort. After a difficult day or a stressful day, you can go home and eat ramyeon and you feel much better, right? Spicy food. So what about you? What does food mean to you? Welcome to Fridays for My Busan. I'm your host, Laura McLuckie. All right, let's kick off Friday. This is Delivery by Soran.
시간은 오늘도 눈치 없이 너무 빠르지 같이 보던 드라마 엔딩이 다가오는데 초조해지는 내 마음은 욕심인 걸까 계속 같이 있고 싶은데 지도 한참 지났네 잠깐 기다려 지금 거부할 수 없는 그 누구도 참을 수 없는 발걸음을 멈출 수밖에 없는 뭔가 오고 있어 같이 먹다 보면 시간은 늦어버릴 테고 너는 놀라겠지만 이대로 집에 못 가게 됐으니까 시간은 여전히 눈치 없이 너무 빠르지 그런데 아직 소식이 없지 올 때가 됐는데 초조해지는 내 마음을 숨겨야 할까 혹시 무슨 일 생긴 걸까 됐다고 확신한 순간 지금 나왔대 거부할 수 없는 그 누구도 잡을 수 없는 네가 행복해질 수밖에 없는 그게 도착했어 같이 먹다 보면 시간은 늦어버릴 테고 너는 놀라겠지만 이대로 집에 못 가게 됐으니까 끈임이 어두워지고 음악이 켜진 것처럼 비가 내리기 시작했어 그러니까 우리 아무 데도 나가지 말고 이렇게 같이 있자 오늘 밤 이 방엔 원달래 거부할 수 없는 그 누구도 참을 수 없는 이보다도 완벽할 수는 없는 게 눈앞에 있어 같이 먹다 보면 이 밤은 더 깊어져가고 오늘 바라봐 싶고 이대로 집에 못 가게 됐으면
Oh, what a great way to kick off Friday here at For My Busan. It's the beginning of the weekend. But it's not just the beginning of the weekend, it's the beginning of the weekend, right? Liberation Day, of course, tomorrow, the 81st anniversary of Korean liberation from occupational rule. And therefore, a very important long weekend that we have. Of course, Monday is also a red day. So we're starting here early because why shouldn't we, right? Why shouldn't we? It's the weekend. 지금부터 주말입니다. 축하드립니다. It's 4:10 on the clock, Friday, the 14th of August. I'm Laura McLuckie, and this is For My Busan on 90.5 and 103.3 FM. Welcome to BeFM, 부산영어방송입니다. 반갑습니다. Before we get into anything else, when I came into the studio, I had a gift. Have you seen this gift? 박 PD? I have this gift from Yunji PD, or Yundi, not PD. Yundi DJ. Look at this. It's me with blonde hair. She said, out of grey marker. Grey marker, Yundi? Grey? You mean brown or black? Out of grey marker for what? For my hair? Grey hair. Because I'm so old. I'm a queen. I love it. Look. Da-da-da. If you're on YouTube just now, you can see this beautiful picture that Yundi, she does maybe my clothes. No, it can't be the clothes. I'm a purple princess. I've got blonde hair. Yeah, I'm a beautiful Queen Laura from Yundi PD. I keep saying Yundi because you know what? Anyway, never mind. Yundi from Sweet Date. Thank you very much. It's so cute. I'm going to take this home, put it on my fridge. I love it. I love it very much. Why do I keep saying Yundi PD? It just sounds right to me. Yundi PD. Anyway. Yundi 고맙습니다. 너무 좋아요. Thank you very much. I can't draw, so I shan't. I shall not draw a picture of you. You'll just be upset. So let me just give you my hat. 고맙습니다. 자, 이런 표현 아시죠, 여러분? 밥 한 번 먹자. 밥 먹었어? 밥부터 먹자. 아니면 밥 묻나? 부산이잖아요. 밥 묻나? Eating has very special meaning in Korea, which is something it took a while for me to understand, actually. It's not just a basic part of life. It helps us build relationships and share time with other people. These days, everyone, of course, very busy. So even families don't always have time to sit down and eat together. Actually, my family all eat separately for both meals most of the time. Breakfast time for my kids, they might eat together, actually. But for my husband, he eats whenever he gets up and does his things. I eat maybe not until 12 sometimes. But yeah, who do you eat with most often? I eat most often with my family. That's true. But even so, maybe I eat with my dog more than I eat with my husband. 슬퍼요? 슬프지 마세요. 나 좋아요. 혼밥 재밌어요. TV를 보면서 뭐 드라마 보면서 밥 먹고 쉬는 시간이죠. 박 PD, how about you? Who do you eat with most? Family, 가족. 혼밥 좋아요. 너무 좋아요. Yeah, me too. I think a long time ago, 혼밥 was considered to be a little bit 슬퍼, a little bit sad, right? But I think these days, for me personally, as a Scottish person, eating alone was never considered to be strange. You can go into any restaurant, sit down, have a meal, glass of wine, read a book, just do whatever. Eating alone, totally fine. In Korea, culturally, it wasn't so common because it was kind of 부끄럽다. But these days, solo dining is very common, right? Very, very common. And actually, I think when I first came to Korea, I was like, why is nobody eating alone? Because in the office, in my workplaces back in Scotland, we would have lunch at our desk. We would just eat and work. Even when I worked at the school here, I would just eat at my desk and work. 하면서. Anyway, but what about you? Who do you eat with most often and where do you eat most often these days? Weekdays, if you work, you probably eat out near your workplace maybe at least once a day. And students probably eat at school most often. Weekdays, holidays, of course, different. You've got more time, family, friends outside at restaurants, maybe a picnic, maybe street food. And do you like street food? 난 스트리트 푸드 너무너무 좋아요. 근데 신기한 거는 요새 외국인도 한국 길거리 음식을 판매하는 거예요. I thought that was very strange. I was at 해운대 전통시장 and so we went to get some 씨앗 호떡 and it wasn't Koreans selling it. It was students from another country or like 알바생 from another country. And I was like, wait, this is strange. And I thought, is it going to taste different because it's 알바생? That's funny, right? So yeah, of course, when you eat street food, it often doesn't just taste great. It shows the culture, the character of a country. And traveling has so many benefits, but street food is one of them because you can really experience the popular food of the country with that. So yeah, it's a special memory, right? According to a recent study, there was around 6,900 street food places in 100 cities. Paris was actually ranked the best street food city in the world. There we go. Paris received high scores for its variety of food, good ratings as well. Tokyo had the most street food places. London was number one for food variety. Athens was one of the best cities for affordable street food. In Asia, Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City also ranked highly as well. So let's talk about street food. 여러분, 길거리 음식에 대해서 얘기를 좀 합시다. What's your favorite street food? It can be Korean street food or, street food from any country in the world. Tell us about your favorite street food and a special memory you have of it and why you love it. 네, 오늘은 길거리 음식에 대해서 얘기를 할 거예요. 여러분이 가장 좋아하는 길거리 음식은 무엇인가요? 한국 음식도 좋고 세계 어느 나라의 길거리 음식도 좋습니다. 상관없습니다. 그리고 여러분의 최애 길거리 음식과 신청곡을 보내주시기 바랍니다. 그리고 길거리 음식 그거를 왜 좋아하시는지 그리고 혹시 재미있는 에피소드나 이야기를 있으면 그것까지 다 알려주시면 감사하겠습니다. 2부에 우리 플레이리스트를 만들어서 한 명 뽑아서 상품 보내드리겠습니다. 콜. Okay. Right, lots coming up for you today, so let's dive into Newsfeed.
System check complete. Destination set. Busan.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're now making our approach to Busan. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. We've just landed. Welcome to For My Busan. Welcome back. It's time for Newsfeed, a little look at what's going on around the world. So, what made the news today? First up, remembering liberation. Of course, because tomorrow is Gwangbokjeol, Korea's National Liberation Day, and Busan will hold its official ceremony at Busan Citizens Hall at 10 a.m. Around 1,300 people are expected to attend, including city officials, families of independence activists, veterans groups, local residents, and something even more special to add into this. This year also marks the 150th anniversary of the birth of Baekbom Kim-gu Senseng, who's one of the most important figures in Korea's independence movement. The ceremony will include a special performance, and 2 independence activists will also receive presidential commendations. One joined a student protest in Seoul in 1930, while the other was arrested in 1919 for protesting the exploitation of Korean fishermen in Gyeongnam, Gosong. So very meaningful. Expect some tears, right? The event will end with a Liberation Day song and 3 cheers of manse. Gwangbokjeol, of course, a very important day. It gives us a chance to reflect and remember those who have sacrificed for Korea's independence. Freedoms that we have today didn't happen on their own, so let's not abuse or just take them for granted, So I will see you tomorrow for a Gwangbokjeol special, all right? I'll join you then. All right, up next. Support from the start. Busan is opening a new support centre today for children with disabilities, people with developmental disabilities, and, of course, their families. So the centre will help connect families with things like individual support plans, parent education, and other family services as well. One of the main focuses is early intervention for young children. What does that mean? Well, it means supporting babies and children under 6 who may be showing signs of developmental delay, because catching it early is so important for the right support for the family, right? Families may be eligible if a child is already registered as having a disability, if a doctor has concerns about their development, or if a health screening shows that more evaluation is needed. The goal, of course, like I said, step in early, support the child's development, and gives families a clearer idea of where to go for help. And I think something to just make it out in the open, kids who have developmental disabilities or etc., this is completely okay. So just go out. The help is out there. And I think this is a wonderful step. Having a place to turn and people to support you can make such a difference. So as a parent, you worry about everything, right? I know you're like, is this right? Is that right? Or what's going on with this? And so every result, every test is just stressful. And you think, oh, did I do something wrong? And so don't worry about what might be. Go, get support, get the information that you need, and then take it from there. And that's the best way to tackle it. So I love that support is out there. 화이팅 합시다. All right, finally, sharks on the weather team. Sharks on the weather team. Well, when we think of sharks in summer, I think of Jaws, right? We always think of Jaws, danger. But scientists in the US are now looking at sharks in a very different way, because researchers at the University of Delaware are testing whether sharks can actually help predict hurricanes. Makes sense, right? Animals have this kind of sixth sense that humans don't have. So they're attaching small sensors to sharks off the US East Coast. As the sharks swim, the sensors collect information like water temperature, salinity and depth as well. And you might think, well, why does that matter? Because warm ocean water can make hurricanes stronger, right? So in a way, these sharks are kind of like little mobile weather stations, little radars out in the ocean sending data back. And researchers are also looking at species that do travel long distances and come close enough to the surface for their tags to send data to satellites. So, for example, mako sharks, blue sharks, hammerheads, even young great whites. So the tags go on the shark's dorsal fins. The whole process usually takes less than 5 minutes. And they're also designed to eventually fall off on their own. As I hope that they are either floating and will return home or biodegradable, but I'm sure we'll find out. Now, if the project does work, all that extra ocean data can help forecasters better understand how strong a hurricane might become before it reaches the land. And once researcher had quite a funny way of describing it, actually. Instead of the terrifying shark we see in movies, instead of Jaws, think of it more like Bob from accounting, quietly clocking in and sending over the day's temperature report. Well, listen, I like the image. Sharks, I love sharks. They get a bad rap, I think. But, maybe they're the heroes of summer, not the villains of the ocean. I want to watch Jaws now. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into our newsfeed. That's all for today. Up next, it's On the Mic.
안녕하세요, 레오입니다. 우리가 평소에 무심코 흘려듣는 노래들도 결혼식장이라는 공간에서 들으면 가사 하나하나가 전혀 다르게 마음에 와닿을 때가 있죠. 노래 한 곡으로 울고 웃으며 신랑 신부에게 있어 가장 빛나는 하루를 완벽한 한 편의 영화로 만들어주는 웨딩싱어 축가자인데요. 오늘은 웨딩싱어 강서준 씨 모시고 이야기 나눠보겠습니다. 반갑습니다, 서준 씨. 먼저 간단한 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 결혼식 전문 축가자, 웨딩싱어로 활동하고 있는 강서준입니다. 반갑습니다.
네, 반갑습니다, 서준 씨. 먼저 결혼식 특성상 주말이 가장 바쁘실 텐데요. 웨딩싱어의 주말 아침 기상부터 퇴근까지 하루 일과가 보통 어떻게 흘러가나요?
많은 분들이 주말에만 바쁘다고 생각하시는 경우가 많은데 저 같은 경우는 사실 금요일부터 일이 시작된다고 보시면 될 것 같고요. 금요일 밤에는 항상 무조건 일찍 잠들어서 다음날 컨디션을 되게 신경을 많이 쓰는 편이고 토요일 아침 6시, 7시 좀 일찍 기상을 해서 목 컨디션을 가다듬은 후에 이제 아침 10시부터 아마 축가는 스타트되는 것 같아요. 그때부터 시작해서 쭉 부산 곳곳 돌아다니면서 축가를 진행하다가 퇴근 시간은 조금 오래 일하게 되는 날은 저녁 6시까지도 일하는 편입니다.
네, 정말 바쁜 주말을 보내고 계시고요. 또 완벽한 주말을 위해 또 평일에는 준비 시간을 또 갖고 계시는 것 같습니다. 결혼식을 정말 많이 가시고 또 축가도 수없이 부르셨을 텐데 이날은 진짜 마이크 쥐고 식은땀이 줄줄 났다 하는 아찔했던 경험이 있으셨나요?
네, 당연히 있죠. 지금 생각해도 되게 아찔하고 또 힘든 순간이 있었는데 그날도 여느 날과 다름없이 신랑 신부를 위해서 축가를 부르고 있던 중이었어요. 축가를 부르고 있다가 1절이 지나갔을 때쯤 갑자기 음향이 다 내려갔어요. 마이크도 꺼졌고 반주도 갑자기 확 꺼진 상황이 일어났었는데 그때 제가 속으로는 이거 큰일 났다 어떡하지 라는 생각이 들었지만 우리 하객분들께 양해를 구했죠. 실례가 안 된다면 무반주로 남은 2절을 좀 불러도 될까요 하니까 관객들이 막 박수 쳐주면서 저를 응원해 주셨어요. 그래서 그냥 마이크 없이 2절을 끝까지 부르고 마지막 소절은 또 우리 하객분들과 다 함께 부르면서 그나마 좀 아름답게 마무리했던 기억이 있습니다.
야, 이게 실수가 한편의 영화가 됐네요.
맞습니다.
전문 축가자 웨딩싱어를 불러야 되는 이유라면 이유가 되겠습니다. 실수마저도 커버할 수 있는. 좋습니다. 정말 영화 같은 순간인데 또 다른 에피소드가 있다면 말씀 한번 해주시죠.
한날 축가를 부르기 전에 대기를 하고 있었어요. 그런데 결혼식이 쭉 진행되는 와중에 신부님이 컨디션이 갑자기 안 좋아졌는지 자리에서 주저앉으셨어요. 그래서 이제 일단 우리 신부님은 좀 쉬시고 신부님이 잠시 휴식을 취할 동안 축가부터 들어보자 해서 갑자기 앞으로 나가게 됐는데 제가 그때 번쩍 든 생각이 앉아 계신 신부님을 제가 바라보면서 서서 부르는 것보단 우리 신부님 옆에 앉아서 부르는 게 어떨까라는 생각이 확 들어가지고 예를 들면 좀 버스킹 공연같이 우리 하객분들을 바라보고 신부님과 같이 손 흔들면서 축가를 불렀던 순간이 있었습니다.
다들 당황하실 텐데 이게 많은 경험이 있다 보니까 순발력 있게 대처를 또 잘해서 또 완벽한 영화 같은 날을 또 만들어 주신 것 같습니다. 이런 분들 계시는 것 같아요. 청취자분들 중에서 친구 축가를 부탁받고 멘붕 오신 분들 굉장히 많으시거든요. 웨딩싱어가 꼽는 이 노래 부르면 무조건 중간은 간다 하는 추천곡이 있다면 한 말씀 해주시죠.
저는 가장 부르기 편한 노래는 폴킴님의 모든 날 모든 순간이란 곡을 추천드리고 싶어요. 이유는 가사도 되게 이쁘고 그리고 음역대도 높낮이가 크게 많이 없어요. 그리고 무엇보다 많은 분들이 또 좋아하시고 알고 계신 곡이라서 모든 날 모든 순간이란 곡을 추천드리고 싶습니다.
네, 감사합니다. 매주 수많은 커플의 시작을 가장 가까이서 지켜보십니다. 웨딩싱어로서 가장 중요하게 생각하시는 가치를 영단어로 표현하신다면 뭐라고 말씀을 하실까요?
네, 저는 신세리티라는 영단어가 떠올랐습니다. 일로 노래하기보단 매 순간 진심으로 축하하는 마음을 담아 노래하는 게 중요하다고 생각해서 이 진심이라는 단어를 골랐습니다.
네, 감사합니다. 누군가의 가장 빛나는 순간을 노래로 기억하게 만들어주는 직업, 가까이서 들어보니 훨씬 더 매력적이고 멋진 일인 것 같습니다. 앞으로도 신랑 신부님들을 위해 세상에서 가장 아름다운 축가 불러주시길 바라면서 오늘 인터뷰 마치겠습니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you to our reporter Leo for that interview, and to our interviewee Kang Seo-jun-nim. Wedding singer Kang Seo-jun carefully manages his voice and physical condition, starting on Friday night to prepare for flawless performances, and spends his weekends traveling across Busan from early morning until the evening for a busy schedule of weddings. So despite his extensive stage experience, he has of course faced unexpected situations, including one performance where the mic and the sound system suddenly stopped working. So he just calmly encouraged the wedding guests to join in, and he finished the song a cappella. That's a pro, right? You don't need the tech. We can go without it, right? On another occasion, a bride was feeling unwell and had to sit down at the venue, and so he went over to her and he sang in a relaxed and intimate style, almost like a busking performance. I'm not sure, was her husband okay with that? I'm sure he was. Absolutely was. It was more, cinematic. It was a moment, right? It was a vibe. And he said, for people who are struggling to choose a wedding song, because many people do, he strongly recommends Paul Kim's Every Day, Every Moment, because the beautiful lyrics and relatively comfortable vocal range make it accessible to many singers. Now, finally, he finished off by saying because his job is about helping people remember one of the most brightest days of their lives through music, he believes the most important attitude is to approach every performance not as work, but with sincerity and with heartfelt congratulations. 진심으로 축하드립니다. Like this. So for that reason, he says he defines his work with the word sincerity. I love that. But we didn't get a song from him. He didn't sing for us. 그러면은 다시 나오시면 좋겠습니다. 한 번 더 나오세요. 가수님. Anyway, thank you so much. I love that. I love The Wedding Singer. Have you seen the movie, The Wedding Singer? Very, very fun. By the way, today we are talking about street food. What's your favorite street food and why? 여러분이 가장 좋아하는 길거리 음식은 무엇인가요? 그리고 이유도 같이 알려주시면 감사하고 제 길거리 음식과 신청곡을 다 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 샵 9050 #9050 and live chat. All right, up next, it's time for Culture for You. 강현민.
When will this ever end?
Never. It's been a while and I thought I've not done it in a while, so I should do it.
It's turning into a tradition now.
It is.
No one can stop you.
Quite rightly so. How are you?
Good. I mean, long time no see. I think we haven't seen each other in weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
정말 긴 시간이네요.
그러니까.
네.
그리워하셨어요?
네?
Did you 그리워 me?
Yeah, I miss you, of course. I was in Japan for a whole week.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. I mean, I was on a business trip and been doing a lot of music shows there. Yeah, so it's good.
Good.
It's good. And you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
교과서도 아니고.
All our
Are we at
listeners,
school?
our listeners are so bored of hearing me talk about it now.
Oh,
because it's
really?
Friday. I've been back since Monday.
Uh-huh.
So everyone's like, ugh, come on. Not really. They're very, very gracious. No one said that. But, yeah,
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Yes.
That's the kind of takeaway of it. Today we have a bit more time than usual.
Yes.
Apparently you've got 할 말이 많다.
제가 할 말이 엄청 많다고. So I've been telling PD님 every week that we need more time. And then he made it true. My dream is
Dreams
now
come true.
has come true.
Yeah, there you go.
그러니까 막상 또 꿈이 이루어지니까는 좀 부담스럽네요.
네. 부담스럽지. 그리고 also
But let's do it.
You give us more time. We're just going to go blah blah for longer.
Blah blah is my thing.
We love to blah blah.
We love to blah blah.
So question, I want to ask you the text topic for today. What's your favorite street food?
My favorite street food. My favorite street food would be 꼬지. Right?
What kind?
There are lots.
There's so many 다양하게 나오잖아요.
I would go with the 모래집, if you know which part that is. I think it's from a chicken.
The chicken 닭똥집.
닭똥집의 일종인데 it's more it tastes I don't know it's very hard to describe how it tastes like. 근데 모래집이라 말하면은 I'm sure there are waivers out there who know what it is.
Do you know I tried chicken heart.
Chicken heart, okay?
And 닭똥집.
닭똥집.
Chicken poop house. If you translate it, that's what it is.
Yeah, so I prefer not to translate it.
I love translating it. It makes me very happy because I think
would be what? Sandhouse.
There's no food in English that has anything similar to that.
Because
know?
I mean, like the Anglophone, or English-speaking countries, they don't eat 닭똥집.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. You can get it if, you can get the it's called gizzards, I think. If you're getting a turkey or a chicken at Christmas time, you can get all of that
The
innards.
parts. Yeah.
And they arrive in the bird, if you're not getting a fully unprepared bird, if it's a prepared bird, you get them and then they're packaged up inside. So you get all of it there.
All right.
And then you make the gravy out of it, or you can make patty out of it, or whatever it is.
So you
yeah.
do cook it, but
We do, but we don't eat it on goji like in Korea.
yeah, so it's a different kind of a different way of cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 닭똥집. I like 닭똥집 as well.
It's good. I mean,
I love all kinds of gojis out there.
good.
꼬지 너무 좋잖아요.
맛있어.
맛있잖아요.
I like 대파. 치킨 한 대파.
Oh, yes. And 은행나무, 은행.
Ah.
It's stinky,
But
I love it.
it's stinky. Do you know what? I like it, but not as a... Well, that's not really street food, is it?
I mean,
I
they
like his
sell it. I
anju.
mean, they sell it out on like 포장마차, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like the
yeah,
outdoor
yeah.
stands. They do sell it. And yeah, I mean, super stinky, but you know what I mean.
It's good.
It's good.
It's very... Yeah, it's good. Okay, let's
Yeah.
get into it.
Oh,
Culture for you.
Yeah,
Chicken gizzards,
I mean,
that's it.
we should talk about
Gabi
culture for
TV.
sure, but I can also talk about food.
That
If you
food is
want.
culture.
Okay.
Food is culture. All
Yes,
right, what do you
let's-
have for us
we have
today
to get
that's
to our
not
business,
about
though, yes.
street food?
Because today we're talking about some very important issues
Mm-hmm.
ahead of the 81st Liberation Day.
Yes, indeed, which is tomorrow.
Yes.
Yep.
So we're going to begin with a very remarkable piece of Korean history that has finally returned home after more than a century.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a calligraphy written by 안중근, 우리 독립운동가 선생님이시죠? 안중근 선생님, the Korean independence activist who assassinated Ito Hirobumi back in 1909.
Very famous.
Yeah, 엄청 유명하시죠.
Yeah.
모르는 사람 없죠. The work has and his calligraphic work, 유목이라고 하는데, his 유목 has returned to Korea 116 years after his death.
Yeah, that's it. After his death. So
돌아가시고 나서 116년 만이
that's
돌아온
really
거예요.
I mean that's really significant. What does the piece say though? That's what I want to know.
Yes, the 8 Chinese characters on the scroll reads that international law is no match for cannons.
Ooh, spicy.
정말 it's just right to the spot, right?
Yeah.
So the phrase reflects Anjungun's frustration, as we can tell, with the international political order while he was imprisoned and awaiting execution.
Wow. Okay. Now this piece, of course, is beautiful and it's historically very meaningful. But why is it so important?
So experts say that it is an exceptionally high quality, authentic work. So authenticity is the key point here, right? It was written in March 1910 at Lushun prison, only weeks before An Jung-gun was executed. And his signature and the distinctive palm print, 손도장이죠, of his left hand are clearly visible. So we all know that he cut off his fourth finger. So we can see on the palm print that a small
It's
portion
like
of his
this. It's like-
fourth finger is missing. Yeah, and it's on the yumuk.
It's very interesting. Tell us a bit more about his palm print because how did he lose it? Like he lost part of his, was it the ring finger?
Yeah. So it was the left ring finger to be exact, and it has clearly become an important characteristic in authenticating his calligraphy.
Yeah, of course, right?
그
Yeah.
유목이 그 손도장이 있었기 때문에 이게 진품이라는 걸 알 수 있었다는 거죠. So researchers were able to compare the palm lines and fingerprints with data collected from other confirmed works.
Yeah, I mean, it's really beautiful. It is an incredibly well-preserved piece
Yes.
of, I want to say art, but it's not art. It is art, but it's
on the borderline, I can say.
what is it? It's social commentary,
Yes,
it's
it's,
activism,
it's
it's democratic.
Heritage, it's history, it's whatever's
so
out
many
there.
things.
Yes.
Absolutely. Modern technology, of course, coming in very useful here because it's able to confirm something is authentic when it's more than a century old.
Exactly. So Korea's National Heritage Administration created a database of An Jung-gun's calligraphic characteristics years ago. So we know the patterns. We know how he writes. and we know his style of calligraphy. And the same information was used to examine this very newly recovered work.
Yeah. But, I mean, you see, if you're joining us on YouTube, you can see the picture of the actual work itself.
지금 보실 수 있어요, 지금
Yeah.
영상으로는.
But it's got lots of folds in it. So I'm wondering, how was it preserved for so long?
So apparently, records on the back of the scroll. So there is on the back of the scroll, there is a written information that indicates that it was originally owned by a prison warden at Lucian Prison. It was then later passed down through private hands and eventually acquired at auction before being brought back to Korea late last year.
I mean, isn't that very... I don't know. If I got a work like that, I would feel like it was kind of not okay to sell it. You know, I think it should be donated somewhere. And I think, well, that's just my perspective.
I'm sure there was a whole different story in the back that we don't know.
But like from that time as well, there would be like trades and money exchanging hands.
Exactly. I mean, so many hands have been passed down. For this particular scroll, so I'm sure many things, many subtexts, many stories were there.
How interesting is that? How many of Anne's works actually still exist today?
So around 60 are currently known in Korea and abroad.
Wow.
31 are officially designated as national treasures, although one of them is currently still missing.
Which makes it even more important, right? This discovery even more significant as well, right?
Absolutely. So one scholar described the newly returned piece as one of the finest authentic works by An Jung-geun discovered so far, both in terms of its content and calligraphic quality.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, 영상으로 지금 보고 있지만, I mean, it's beautiful. It's art.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
very,
gorgeous.
very elegant, very exquisite. Yes.
So I know a very old man artist, not my father, an older man artist, Korean artist, and he does calligraphy work as well.
Oh, I see.
The skill and the time and the patience that it takes to go into actually learning how to do it properly and then developing your own style in it as well. It's just phenomenal. So this is so important.
That's why I really, one of my dream is to actually get to know a calligrapher in Korea and actually see him or her writing it down on the spot.
I'll take you.
Oh, you've seen it?
He phones me. I don't really understand most of what he says because he's an old man.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
I'll take you.
Oh,
Let's go.
wow. All right. Let's do this.
But this one was actually unveiled at a very meaningful place as well, right?
Yes. So it was presented at Jungmyeongjeon Hall in Deoksugung Palace. That is the very place where the controversial 을사조약 다 아시죠? 을사 Treaty was signed in 1905, making the location very, very deeply connected to An Jung-geun's historical legacy. 그러니까 it's an irony, right? 116 years later, we have been liberated. Korea has been liberated, and we are seeing this calligraphy on the very spot that our country was first taken away.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
What an irony, and at the same time, it's
Full
very
circle.
meaningful, very
Yeah.
symbolic. Yes.
I love that. Well, I mean, that's what tomorrow is really all about now. It's so symbolic because it's been 81 years and so much of what is left are the symbols of the past, right?
Yes.
Let's move on to the next story.
Yes. This is also about, I think, loosely connected to the Liberation Day storyline. So this one is about a very different kind of risk, though. In the entertainment industry, what happens when a performer's personal controversy begins to affect an entire production?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what they call actor risk, right?
Exactly. So a recent controversy surrounding actress Ha-young has caused major concerns for Netflix broadcasters, advertisers, and production companies.
Spill the tea. What is it?
Yeah.
What happened?
아실 분도 다 아실 것 같아요 because it's so connected with our, Liberation Day storyline. So during a television appearance, Ha-young spoke proudly about her family background and mentioned that her great-grandfather had treated Emperor 고종 황제를 직접 이렇게 치료를 했던 주치의셨다 이렇게 소개를 했는데 later However, reports emerged alleging that her great-grandfather had ties to a pro-Japanese organization during the colonial period.
Yeah. I have a certain opinion about this. However, how did she respond?
Yes, she eventually posted a handwritten apology saying that she had understood her great-grandfather's life only through incomplete family stories and that she regretted speaking about him publicly without knowing the full historical context.
Did her agency initially deny the allegations, though?
Yes, and that was one of the things that expanded the controversy in the first place. So her agency first said the allegations were unfounded, but it later reversed that position as more historical material emerged.
Yeah.
That reversal increased public criticism.
Yeah. So I'm trying so hard not to just say what I want to say because many people might disagree with me, but I think it is wholly unfair that it was her great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather.
So a great-granddaughter is being punished for the affiliations of the great-grandfather.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not being, so from my side, it doesn't seem as if she's getting punished for what her grandfather did. It's just the way she spoke about it at the public podium, because she was describing her family line as a very, very good lineage of doctors, which is fine, but we have to be very careful about this sort of thing, because when history enters and with the Liberation Day coming up soon, anything can turn any way around.
It can turn sour, and I think I know why. And I don't just mean this particular circumstance. I mean kind of across the board. I think it's very important that people are not criticized too much, and that the apology is accepted, and that we move past it, right? So because the controversy is affecting our work now, isn't it?
Yeah. Netflix has effectively suspended promotional activities for her new romantic comedy. Interviews involving both Ha-young and her co-star have been canceled, and several companies that used her as a promotional model have also removed related content.
Yeah. And so I feel I understand both sides of this here, but I feel very bad for her that she didn't know, and all of this knock-on effect is now being pushed to her. And I think Korea does that quite a lot.
Yes, but at the same time, we have to understand the fact that she's an actress. She's a public figure. And she, therefore, has the responsibility on her own to be able to determine what she should say or what she should not. Yeah. It could have been avoided, I think, if she maybe cross-referenced this with the agency before coming up and talking about it on the podium.
Well, that's it. Yeah. And she will have a manager and she'll have an agency and all the people. And the thing is, if you're going to talk about that back in the daytime, there are chances that it could be something that happened. And so she's, I guess, not thought deeply about it being something potentially controversial, right?
So it's not just her own fault. It's it's not about, whose fault is this.
Yeah.
But it's only the fact that sensitive issues.
Liberation
Day, history is a very big issue in Korea.
Yeah, absolutely. And as it should be. And I think sensitive issue, and also something that you can't speak frivolously about, But I always feel bad that
we can talk over 꼬지, for example. 은행 먹으면서 얘기할 수 있어요. 편하게. But it's a private space, right? On the private space, we can talk about whatever we want.
On the podium,
but podium, we have to be careful.
Stick to what you know.
Yes, we have to be very careful. Yeah.
What projects? What about the in-production things that are going on?
So that is where the financial risk becomes much more serious. So she's also starring in another drama scheduled for next year, and a significant amount of filming has reportedly already been completed. The production team is now closely watching how the controversy develops.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a really, really difficult situation because one person's controversy affects that person, but so many other people.
Yeah, so we're talking about
Right.
investors, producers, directors, writers, fellow actors, the technical staff. They all be suffering losses because of this.
Yeah. There's other examples as well. I don't want to get into it because I know that we've got two more stories.
Yes.
So if you're okay, can we skip over the other
Of course,
examples
of course.
this?
So a food for thought, right?
Yeah.
그러니까 이제 우리가 이제 배우로서 아니면 공적인 그런 영역에서 이런 이야기들을 할 때는 조심해야 된다.
So
we
that's
can-
the thing. I
yeah.
would never talk about just in case if I didn't know, if I was a public figure and saying
Yes.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
You've got to be very 조심.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's
True,
balance between accountability and fairness.
Exactly.
And let's hopefully get it resolved as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Third story, we've got 5 minutes left.
Yeah. 재밌는 것들이에요, 근데.
Okay.
So I'm going to go really quick.
Yeah.
It's what's going to happen in Busan. So there's going to be a beachside film festival
Yay.
that combines cinema with the atmosphere of a summer vacation. It's called the Dadepo Sunset Film Festival, Dadepo Sunset 영화 축제, held over 3 days at Dadepo Beach. It has become one of Western Busan's signature local film events.
Very cool indeed. So what can we expect? I'm looking at the poster there, but I can't really see much.
지금 영상 보이시는 분들은
오.
포스터 다 보실 수 있는데 there are outdoor movie screenings, live performances, young filmmakers competition, busking, youth market, interactive film related activities. Everything is there for you to enjoy.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about the celebs? That's all I care about.
So a number of very well-known Korean actors and directors are expected to walk the red carpet, including Kim Gyuri, 김명곤, 김인권, 유재명, 정태우, Daniel, Choi, and singers Ali and Seungri will also perform.
Very cool. What about the opening film? What was chosen?
The opening film is Hansan, Rising Dragon, the historical action film about the Battle of Hansan.
And the
한산
Imjin
대첩.
Wheran, 그죠?
맞습니다. Yes. During the Imjin War. The organizers want to connect the film's historical setting with Busan's identity as a major maritime city.
It looks like, do you know what? It looks like the cover of Myeongnan.
Where?
Hansan.
Oh, yeah.
It's very similar.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think it's like a part of a trilogy.
It's second movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Park PD says it's the second movie.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
Yeah,
Kim
so anybody who's interested, you definitely have to go. So that's my take for Dadepo Sunset 영화 축제.
I love
but
it.
we have another issue to cover.
Let's get into it. The final one for today.
Yeah, the final story is another major cultural debate in Busan. What to do about the two high-profile projects involving the Pompidou Center? Yep, and Italy's La Scala Opera House. We've talked about this before, Laura.
Scandalo.
You remember, right?
So I do remember we've talked not at length, but kind of at length about this La Scala issue especially. Why are these projects controversial? Remind us.
Yes, the city has been debating whether to continue with the proposed Pompidou Busan branch and whether to invite La Scala for the opening performance of the Busan Opera House. And we know that it might take an exorbitant amount of budget.
Yeah.
Both projects involve major public investment, so there are questions about the cost, cultural value, and long-term sustainability.
Yeah. So what's the city going to do? Go ahead or?
The city is, whether to go ahead with them, we
할까
don't know.
말까?
지금 고민하고 계신 것 같아요. So Busan plans to conduct, actually, a public deliberation process before making a final decision in early October.
Okay. So what does that process look like?
So for the Pompidou project, the city will form an expert inspection team to review the available materials and prepare a final assessment. 위원회를 만들어서 검토를 한다고 해요. For the La Scala performance, officials will organize discussions involving local artists, citizens, and the Opera House Advisory Group, along with the public opinion survey. So basically for La Scala, it's more taking a public approach.
Yeah.
Asking the citizens directly.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah,
because
we
a lot
talked
of
about this before.
We talked about this a
조금
lot,
더
right?
의견을 수렴할 필요가 있다. 이런 얘기 했었죠.
We need different sides. We got to wrap up. So what's the final thought on that one?
I think as the city plans to announce whether to proceed with the two projects in early October, we have to really listen and put our ears out there to the public so they understand the whole process, how it's going to be. Why does it cost so much if it's ever going to happen?
That's it. Like, why? Why am I spending that much of my tax money?
Exactly.
Right?
That will
Yeah.
be my take on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, that was 4 today. We normally have 3.
You know,
You got
that's
through
a
it.
record. Thank you, PD님, for the more time.
You need to 숨
We
쉬어야
made it.
돼요.
이제 좀
Thank you.
쉴 수 있어요.
Thank you so much, Michael. We'll see
My
you
pleasure.
again next week.
See you.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
All right, and I will see you at 5 o'clock. This is All Right by Supergrass. Don't go anywhere.
Your bridge to the world. BeFM 부산 영어방송.
자갈치 시장의 활기찬 목소리, 영도 앞바다를 수놓은 은빛 윤술, 우리가 지켜온 부산의 소중한 모습들입니다. 이제 부산은 그 이상의 내일을 준비합니다. 첨단을 달리는 에코 델타시티의 일상부터 가덕도 신공항의 하늘길, 그리고 유라시아와 북극을 잇는 북극 항로까지 세계를 향한 거침없는 도약, 그 엔진은 바로 부산 사람입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
우리가 부산입니다.
당신의 자부심이 부산의 미래를 만듭니다. 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Morning Wave in Busan. Do you turn into a hideous monster every time you're behind the wheel? Feeling a little guilty? Well, Busan drivers ranked the lowest in a national survey for driving behavior. But if we practice good driving etiquette, we can all become gentler beings. Here are 2 things to keep in mind. First up, when you're changing lanes, make sure to use your blinker. And second, although I do love getting text messages from all of you, don't text and drive. That's a no-no. Good driving etiquette equals safety for all. This campaign is brought to you by Morning Wave in Busan on BeFM. Oh, by the way, tune in to Morning Wave in Busan to get real-time traffic updates. You know your morning commute's better with me, Kat.
This summer is expected to be hotter than in previous years, so please take extra caution when spending time outdoors. To help prevent heat-related illness, check weather updates regularly and avoid outdoor activities during periods of extreme heat. If outdoor work or activities are unavoidable, please wear a hat or use a parasol, take regular breaks in the shade, and drink plenty of water. We also encourage everyone to look out for neighbors and family members who may be living alone. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of the Interior and Safety.
아직 어렵게 느껴지는 영어. 아이들 영어는 어떻게 챙기시나요? 부산 영어방송이 준비한 어린이 영어 콘텐츠 세상. BeFM 키즈 영상 채널이 여러분을 찾아갑니다. 샘 해밍턴과 윌 벤저스 그리고 모모랜드 낸시가 함께하는 BeFM 키즈에서 영어로 듣는 부산 설화와 전래동화, 재밌는 파닉스 영어, 신나는 K-팝 영어까지 만나보세요. 우리 아이의 영어 실력과 창의력을 쑥쑥 키워줄 특별한 어린이 영어 채널 BeFM 키즈가 여러분을 기다립니다. 지금 바로 BeFM 키즈를 검색하고 구독해주세요.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
엄마가 얘기하는 거 따라해봐. 부산이 좋아요.
부산이 좋아요.
For my 부산.
For my 부산. 부산으로 오세요. For my 부산.
부산? For my 부산.
부산 하면 For my Busan.
하나, 둘, 셋.
부산 is good. For my 부산.
You are listening to For My Busan.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to For My Busan. It's 5 o'clock. It's Friday, the 14th of August. I was thinking about Friday the 13th there. I need to watch a horror. I feel very horror filmy today. Pak PD, what's the most or the scariest horror movie you've watched recently? Have you seen any good ones recently? Pak PD and I. 살목지. I need to watch that. I've not watched it yet. Pak PD and I love horror movies. And I think the summer's coming to an end, so we should watch a couple before the summer leaves us, right? Thank you for tuning in to our show this Friday. It is just a little bit of housekeeping. I'm Laura McLuckie with you till 6 p.m. to start your long weekend, my friends. It is the weekend, officially. I've decided. So happy weekend to you. And what else? What else do I want to tell you? Oh, this is BeFM. 부산영어방송입니다. 반갑습니다. When I speak Korean, sometimes I speak so quickly that the words don't even come out of my mouth. I just say, I just make a whisper. ASMR. 부산영어방송입니다. 반갑습니다. You know, like that. Anyway, we're talking about street food today. Street food. Okay, I didn't ask you. PD님, what's your favorite street food? Yeah. 떡볶이. 근데 here's something that I didn't realize until I specifically went out to try it myself. 부산 떡볶이 and 서울 떡볶이 and 대구 떡볶이 and every 지역 떡볶이 is made with a different, like in a different way. So what is the 부산 떡볶이 특징? Like characteristics of good Busan tteokbokki. It's kind of sweeter, no? Spicy. You put the 어묵 국물. How do I say that in English? Fish cake broth. Yeah, fish cake broth. You put that in the tteokbokki and it's so delicious. So, what about you? What is your favorite street food? It can be Korean or street food from any country in the world. 여러분이 가장 좋아하는 길거리 음식은 무엇인가요? 이유도 같이 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 도대체 왜 그런 음식을 좋아하시는지 알고 싶습니다. 그리고 한국 음식도 좋고 세계 어느 나라의 음식도 괜찮습니다. 여러분의 최애 길거리 음식과 신청곡도 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 우리 2부에 플레이리스트를 만들어서 플레이리스트 몇 곡 뽑아서 우리 만들고 그리고 메시지를 보내주신 분들 중에 한 명 뽑아서 상품 보내드리겠습니다. 여러분 그래서 참여 많이 부탁드립니다. Alright. 샵 9050 pound 9050 messages are 101. KakaoTalk is free and you can have BeFM's app message as well or just on the live stream on YouTube. So nice to see you. Nice. All right, let me play you a song and then we'll come back with My Home, My Busan. This is You and I by Hyorin.
어두울 때 더욱 밝게 yeah. 빛이 나는 별처럼 내겐 항상 빛이 나 두려울 땐 널 붙잡고 하루 종일 꼭 안겨 네 옆에 잠들고파 내 마지막 스타일라이트 모든 순간이 하이라이트 허락해줄게 my life 난 올인할래 whole life hold on 눈만 보여 누가 뭐래도 hold on 기다려 왜 내가 있는데 hold on 항상 원했지 nothing matter hold on my life before you do forever you and I 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 my life before you do forever you and I 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 my life before you do forever 어디든 데려가줘 빨리 singing 불러줄게 매일 비밀스런 우리 이야기 real good real good real good 어디든 데려가줘 빨리 singing 불러줄게 매일 비밀스런 우리 이야기 real good real good real good 내 마지막 스타일라이트 모든 순간이 하이라이트 허락해줄게 my life 난 올인할래 whole life hold on 눈만 보여 누가 뭐래도 hold on 기다려 왜 내가 있는데 hold on 항상 원했지 nothing matter hold on my life before you do forever you and I 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 my life before you do forever you and I 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 my life before you do forever
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to My Home, My Busan. Because every Friday we're joined by a special guest from not Korea, and they share their story of living here in our beautiful city, also in Korea, learning Korean culture here and everything in between. Today we are joined by Tim Sander, or should I say Professor Tim Sander. 축하드립니다, Professor Nim. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm very good. Thank you. It's fun to be here.
I'm so glad that you're here. Do you know, it's funny. You've been here for almost the same amount of time as me.
Yeah.
We've never met.
We've never met. I guess we're maybe different parts of town or different areas.
It's funny, though, because people assume that because you're a foreigner, you know all the other foreigners.
It's true. It's true. Or, you know, you're with someone and like, look, there's a foreigner over there.
Yeah.
Go say hi to them.
And it's like, why would I do that? And it's so funny. I get that all the time. It's like, are you gonna do you know him? I'm like, why would I know him?
Yeah,
It's a random stranger on the street. But then sometimes you do know them and you're like, okay, well, there's no excuse for that.
It's true.
Tim, it's lovely to have you with us. Just a couple of things, housekeeping things. We have 2 cameras there, so if you want to talk directly to anyone watching on YouTube, you can look right in that camera there. But otherwise, just enjoy. No brand names, no bad words, etc.
Sure.
Not saying that you look like the type, but I'll just remind myself as well. Give us your 자기소개. Tell us about yourself.
Okay. Yeah. Well, as you said, I'm a professor here in Busan. I first came to Korea in 2008, and I was an exchange student at that time. I had the choice of going to Seouldae, Yonseidae, or Gaemyeongdae in Daegu, and I chose Gaemyeongdae, which is a choice that Korean people usually are quite surprised
They're
by
like,
and never quite understand. But it was a good choice. I'm really happy that I made it, even still. But I was an exchange student. I was only here for one semester. And I really liked Korea a lot. But I felt like it wasn't enough time to see as much of Korea as I wanted to. So I went back home, and then I graduated, and I came back. And there was a little bit of back and forth for a few years there. But then in 2012, I lived consistently in Korea and no going back and forth. I was like, no, I want to stay there for a long time.
Yeah.
So I moved here. So I lived in Daegu and I've lived in Incheon, both of those for 3 years. And then now here in Busan, and this is about my 10th year here.
10th year. Wow, 16 years.
Yeah.
Okay, 가인 씨. 16 years ago, how old were you? So 10 years old. Look at that. So, just to make us feel a little bit older.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tim. It's lovely to... Question, do you work at the Marine University?
No, I work at Goshinde.
Oh, okay.
So kind of the two universities on Yeongdo. Right, yeah.
Ah, interesting. How's Yeongdo?
It's really nice. So Busan in Korea generally has like the best weather, right? And then I kind of feel like Yeongdo has even better weather than that, except for the month of July, where this cloud just descends on top of the island, and you just live in this cloud for like a month, and you never see the sun. And you're like, it's a lie. The sun is a lie.
That's what us
It's
Scottish
gone
people
forever.
feel like. That's daily for us. Scotland. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And so what do you get to do down in Yeongdo?
Well, there's a really cool maritime museum there, and it's free. It's really nice. It's got a nice little aquarium, a lot of interesting stuff. They're changing exhibits all the time. They had a really good kendo school, and I did kendo there for a few years and then stopped that. So yeah, there's nice things to do there.
I love Yeongdo.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
nice.
Yeongdo is it's a very interesting place because it's not connected to Busan by subway, for obvious reasons. It has so many really, really old things, and yet there are so many new and modern neighborhoods popping up. Like I went to a restaurant, I've been a couple of times, but you know, right on the waterfront where all the shipyards are, there's all of these brand new kind of indie, hippie, like fancy places that people go for very expensive bread. Very expensive coffee.
Yeah, a lot of new cafes moving in there.
Yeah.
So there are cool things to visit in Yeongdo. You might think of it as sort of the old person's place, but there are new things. And the Hinyo Hwamal is being revamped kind of every year. Tons of tourists go there, lots of new cafes and like little souvenir shops and stuff, and you get a look across the water. It's really nice.
I love that place. I went there recently actually with my friend visiting Busan. He said he wanted to go. So we went there, the heat of summer. Very smart idea. But everywhere you go, it's really magical. There's something about it that makes you think, wow, I'm not in a big city.
Yeah.
Like, it was very beautiful. And the history of the area, it's wonderful. Okay, you're from Indiana in the US.
Yes.
Tell us about Indiana.
Okay, well, first of all, you should know that Indiana is the greatest state in America.
I believe you.
Okay, thank you. Indiana has really nice and open people. And I've listened to, usually when you meet foreigners, almost everybody always says like, oh, the people from my hometown are nice. Okay, so everybody's nice, that's great. And I love the kind of the pride that people have in their home. But Indiana people, being from the Midwest, are open. And here's an example of that. So, as English speakers, when we meet somebody, stranger, we say like, oh, how are you? And it's like, oh, I'm fine, how are you? And like, I'm fine, thanks.
Fine, thank you, and you?
It's not a real question. It's not a real answer. I might be terrible. Maybe my dog died yesterday. And I'm really sad, but I'm fine. How are you?
I'm
right?
fine, thanks, yeah.
But Indiana people, if you give even like a halfway serious of, I'm fine, how are you? Don't be surprised if you get them to open up for like 30 seconds or a minute about their life. Total stranger, you might be at the store checking out at a grocery and you get your items and that worker might just completely open up about their life for 30 seconds to you. I worked at a bank part-time when I was a college student for many years, and the number of customers who will just randomly start telling you about their life, all the good things, the bad things, what they're worried about, what they're excited about, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's enough that you shouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to say I know that kind of person because I get that a lot. Well, it's very Scotland.
Okay.
It's very, very Scotland. Like, it was a stark contrast because I just came back from Scotland this week. And it was so kind of jarring at first to go back and then have people trying to have a conversation with me constantly. Like wherever I go, it's this conversation and joking and banter, which in Korea you don't get.
Not at all.
Especially with service workers, because just the cultural definition of hospitality is very different.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so, but I will say that in my 동네 슈퍼, like my neighborhood supermarkets, all of the people behind like the cashiers and stuff, they'll always say, hi, I've not seen you in a while. How are you? Where's your husband? Where's your children? And so I love that. But I think as well, when people want to talk, sometimes it's just who they are. And then sometimes you were in a bank, maybe it's because they didn't talk to anyone at all that day, that week, you know?
It really could be.
So I think that really is a good argument for let's have a chat.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation.
I find it really nice. So maybe I should go to Scotland. I'll feel really at home.
You'd love it. Everybody talks to everybody and we tell everybody everything. It's TMI paradise. It's wonderful. So tell us a bit more about, well, we don't really need to know about the US. Tell us about Indiana.
Sure.
So what about the food? What about Midwest? What are we looking at here?
Okay.
Paint the picture.
All right. So you know how in Korea when you typically eat, right, you've got like your rice and your soup and then all of the banchan and everything like that. But think of bibimbap for a second, where you get your rice in your bowl and then all the food gets mixed in and like stirred up and you just eat it all mixed together. So in America, particularly in the Midwest area in Indiana, you have a lot of casseroles where all the food gets put into a big pan.
Yeah.
All the food gets put into a big pan, mixed up. You know, you got your rice and then like mushrooms, carrots, some chicken, blah, blah, blah.
Sausages.
Mix it all up. Yeah, sausages, throw some cheese in there, things like that, salt, pepper, slam it in the oven, and then you eat that and there's no sides, right? So that is like a staple of American food, especially the Midwest area. You know, if a mom is pregnant, you might see other moms in the neighborhood, they'll make a casserole and then they bring it to her house. And then the nice thing is it can sit in the refrigerator and then when it's time to eat, then you take it out and you put it in the oven, right? So that's really handy. You know, nice thing about that, yeah.
What about the topography?
Well, Indiana's very flat. It's probably flatter than a pancake, to be honest. There isn't really any like natural waterways. Way up north, it does border Lake Michigan, but the lake is a little bit dirty, to be honest. So you might not want to get in there too much. So there's not a lot of like, you know, mountain beauty or ocean beauty. Things like Busan has both of those. It's nice. So Indiana, in order to try and be maybe competitive with the rest of the country, has decided that it is the sports capital of the world.
Ooh.
Any kind of sport, Indiana has it.
It's so funny. The Americans will always say, we're the something of the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
I like it.
Anywhere you drive, if you're driving like across the country, you might pass through a town that's got 100 people, and then it'll be like the largest cement gopher in the world or something like that. Like,
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
What is it? There was a movie called Michael where John Travolta plays an angel. And before someone is scheduled to pass on, and they wanted to see the biggest ball of twine in the world, so they traveled to some obscure like little town that had the biggest ball of yarn or the biggest ball of twine or something in the world. And I thought that was really weird, and my friend said, no, that's everywhere.
That's
a thing.
totally American culture. Yeah,
that's so funny.
On Yeongdo, there is like way at the top, way in this obscure little area, there's like a knitting museum or a crochet museum, and I saw that and I was like, wow, I kind of feel at home.
Yeah. This is weird. I like it. So tell us then, we can see, what kind of sports can we see in Indiana?
Pretty much everything you want is there. There's all different types of car racing. There's, you know, football, basketball, hockey, frisbee, competitive frisbee if you want. There's competitive car racing. I think I said that. Even running, like the mini marathon in Indianapolis is really popular, and regular people will just go out and do it by the dozens or hundreds. So just all kinds.
Indiana. What's the capital? What's the most famous city?
It's Indianapolis.
Right. Is that where you're from?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Indianapolis is basically one of the largest cities in America, and it's large not in terms of population, but in terms of like how physically big the city is. So people from other places of America will come and visit Indianapolis, and then they'll be like, oh my goodness, like this building here and this business over here, there's so much space in between them. And so it's really, really huge because everything is so spread out. So even American people will get a little bit caught by that when they go there.
I heard that you have to have a car when you live in the States.
Yes.
Because it's not like Busan where you've got amazing public transportation. Everything is relatively compact and connected.
Yeah.
It's very spread out and public transportation not so good.
It's definitely not great. I mean, I've never really used it as probably is typical for most Americans.
Yeah.
Especially in Indianapolis. I remember when I was in college, they were removing a bunch of bus stops. So instead of like the bus stopping very frequently, they were lengthening the distance of the bus stops. So yeah, it's a little tricky that way.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so tell us about your life in Korea then. So why did you decide that one day where you said, that's it, long time, I'm here for the long haul? Why did you decide that, and how's it been since? Give me your whole life from the past 10 years.
Sure. I think one of the main things that made me kind of want to stay longer and longer in Korea was, I mean, Korean people are really nice.
Yeah.
I think
they're all right. Well, let's not be too...
It can be a little tricky, I think, to make a Korean friend initially, especially because Korea kind of has that culture where, like, if you're not exactly the same age, you can't even use the word friend, right? Younger people, that's sort of changing. But when you do make a Korean friend, then you're friends, like, basically for life, for a long time. So friends who I have in, like, Daegu or Incheon, who we've been separated for a long time now, still will keep in touch and things like that. So I like that. I like that a lot. And being here 16 years, wow, just a lot of really, a lot of variety of experiences having been here that long, yeah.
Can you remember, like, for me, honestly, I wish I could go back to the time where I was seeing Busan, for example, for the first time. I wish I could go back to having fresh eyes and everything being new and scary and exciting. Because now I'm very 적응했다. And so nothing really scares or excites me. I enjoy my life, like, and everything I think is very beautiful. Even the weird stuff, I love it. But it's not like that, wow, this is brand new. So what was that for you, that, oh my goodness, this is so new?
Yeah. Okay, so I was just saying how Indianapolis is so spread out. Everything gets billed like sideways, nothing gets built up.
Yeah.
So when I was an exchange student and coming here and you're looking for some kind of business, so you're out in town and you're looking and you realize you have to look up.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just look on the first floor of every business. Maybe the thing you're looking for is on like the fourth floor or the third floor. And constantly reminding yourself, I have to look up. I have to look up to try and find the place I'm looking for. And that will always stay with me. The other thing too of just like not being able to read the signs. So you walk down the street and there's all these signs, like with all this information, you're just like, don't know what that says.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you feel like you should be able to read it because it's a sign. And so you've gone your whole life walking down the street and reading the signs and reading the signs.
Yeah.
But then you're suddenly like, I know that's a sign, but I have no idea what it is.
Yeah. In a sense, it's almost like being a child again. Right?
Yeah.
So those two things, and I can even remember for a long time, even after I could learn how to read Korean and then I got being able to read it kind of quickly, but I could still like turn it off. And so I could try to relive that moment a little bit if I wanted. But at this point, that's become a little bit too difficult. And it's in the past. It's sort of gone now.
Yeah. I can turn it off. I turn it off regularly. There's many things that I do not want to read in Korean. I'll just look at it and go, ugh, let my eyes glaze over.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about, well, actually the text topic today is all about street food. So what is your favorite street food in Korea?
It's definitely hotteok.
Hotteok, okay.
Yeah, because I love sweet food. My wife always says that I have like the choding ipmat. I really like hotteok a lot, and I'll never pass up an opportunity to get some.
Yeah.
So even in the summer, I know it's considered like a winter food, but whatever.
Have you had it with vanilla ice cream?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Well now I have a great excuse to go get some more.
There you go.
Oh, this is
you
good.
you need to get it from, you can't get the ones that you can order online. You don't get the ones like that are come frozen. Go and get an actual one, and also prepare, whether that's at like an ice cream shop and then you get like one scoop in a big pot, and then get them to put it in together. Honestly, best dessert ever.
It sounds great.
It's so delicious.
Yeah.
Stupid delicious. Give us your special experience here in Korea.
All right. Well, I've been here 16 years, so there's a few. But one of the ones that I think is funny, and I think it encapsulates an element of Korean culture, which I really love, is the Korean ajumma. And,
Yes.
you know, the Korean ajumma is incredibly generous, also incredibly powerful, and will never take no for an answer. So here's an experience from about 10 years ago that involves a Korean ajumma, older lady. She was a bit of a grandma, so kind of maybe on the older side of that. I was on the subway, and my family was visiting me. So it was my sister, her husband, and then their 3 kids. And then next to me sat this older ajumma lady. And so she's asking me, like, where are you from? Very friendly, kind of outgoing. And I like that because, as we were just saying, like, you know, the openness of the home
chit-chat
culture, right?
is nice.
So I tell her, you know, I'm from America. This is my family. They're visiting me. I'm a teacher. My Korean isn't great, but I can make myself understood. So she's like, oh, okay, that's great. And then she reaches into her bag and she pulls out some chopsal duck. And I love chopsal duck. It's really good. You know, it's not super cheap either. And she gives it to me. She's like, have some. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is great. But, you know, I know the rules of the subway. You're not really supposed to eat. So I was like, okay, so I just kind of keep it on my lap. But no, she wants me to eat it right now. So, okay. So I open it up and I pass it out to my family. And I'm like, okay, this is called chopsal duck. I really like it. But before I can kind of explain more about what it is, she pulls me back. And she explains that she has a granddaughter who's living in Canada. The granddaughter is about my age and is single, and she wants me to call the granddaughter and ask her out, like, right now. And I don't want to do that. Never mind the fact that it's probably like 3 a.m. in Canada. Can you imagine getting that call? Like, hi, you don't know me. I'm sitting next to your grandma. Good morning, by the way. So I don't want to do that. So I probably played like the dumb happy foreigner, like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, and try to get back to my family to explain what's going on with this food. And then I notice that my family is like, they're physically uncomfortable about something. But before I can figure out what that is, she pulls me back in. It's like, no, call her. And she's like putting her phone in my hand. I want you to call her right now. So, I tell her, like, I don't want to call your granddaughter. And I don't know how to be tactful in Korean.
When you learn Korean, you don't learn, 네, 선생님 너무너무 감사하지만 제가 이미 여자친구가 있으니까요. 그래서 제가 못합니다.
Yeah, you don't really learn that. So it just comes across
안
as
돼요,
like...
안 하고 싶습니다.
Right, like, 싫어요. Right? So that comes across... I totally understand why she then got more angry. But she's a Korean ajumma, right? She's not going to take no for an answer. So she's still like, no, call her right now. This is really good. My family's getting more physically uncomfortable about something, which I can't figure out.
Yeah.
So there's all this going on. She's really pushing, very kind to give us a chopsal duck, but also very
No, you took
intense.
a bribe.
I did.
You had to.
It's
that
my
was
own
it.
fault,
that
really.
was the payment.
I can only blame myself.
Yeah, it's your fault.
So the doors of the subway open. I'm like, it's not our stop, but I just need to get out of here. So I get my family off the stop. The lady's still telling me to call her granddaughter. The doors close and the subway goes off. So I can turn my attention to my family and I can find out what's going on with them. And it turns out they don't like the texture of chopsal duck.
Yes.
Because they had been living in Laos and they thought it tasted, not tasted, but the texture was like eating bugs. Now, they would very much want me to say that they like it now and they really like Korean food now. In fact, in America, they regularly go to the grocery store and buy kimchi in like big tubs and they bring it home and they have it regularly with all kinds of American food. So they like it now, but at that time, it was new for them. So anyway, I took care of them and got that handled. But you'd be surprised the number of older people in Korea who have asked me to call their grandchildren or somebody in Canada or America.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be surprised. It happens to me, not so much anymore, but it happened to me a lot when I was younger.
Yeah, I guess not as much these days anyway. But anyway, so if you are a Korean grandchild and you're listening to this later and you're living in America or Canada, please call your grandma and grandpa so that I don't have to call you.
That's good advice. That's very good advice. And also, I understand your family's point of view with the chapsal duck. Like, I remember the first time I tried tteokbokki, my I guess trainer at the time, we went out into the market in Seoul and we had bunshik. So we had all the things. And the tteokbokki. I tasted it, and my first thought was, why would anyone eat this? It's not the flavor, it's the texture, because that texture doesn't exist in Scottish food, in British food.
Yeah.
The texture of it is like, what is this? It felt like I was eating glue. That's what I thought.
I can understand that. Yeah, that texture doesn't really exist very much in America either.
Kabenim says, when I was a student, I loved eating corn dogs rolled in sugar. These days, through old school bunsikjip are quite hard to find. Convenience stores are popping up everywhere now. That's why, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, props to them for knowing corn dog instead of hot dog.
Absolutely. Listen, we're going to have to say goodbye. We've already spoken for about half an hour.
Oh, wow.
I know. Time flies when you're having fun. But before we go, I'd love to know what about, because I assume you're going to stay here.
Yeah.
What's your future plan here in Busan? What's your dream for staying here in Busan? What's next?
Sure. Well, you said, what's my dream? I would say that I am one of the lucky people who is kind of already living my dream. I love teaching English. I have a wife and a daughter back home who I'm very lucky to get back home to.
When you say back home?
Home in Yeongdo.
You mean Yeongdo?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, my wife is amazing. And I love my job. Over the 10 years in Busan, I've grown closer to God as well. So I would say that Busan is a place where, you can find really like true happiness and true meaning in life. And it's really a nice place. It's run fantastically well. It's a well-organized city. So yeah, I mean, I'm lucky and I'm fortunate to be living here.
I love that. I love it. Why don't you look into this camera and give a message to all of your friends, family, etc. back in Indiana?
Okay, well, to all my family who are back in Indiana, a lot of other people are scattered in many other states in America. But
Indiana is the best state.
Indiana is the best state. So I'm sorry to my brother who's in South Dakota and my other sister who's in Ohio. It's too bad that you guys are in the tied for second best state. Maybe you should move back to Indiana someday.
Yeah. Good idea. That's your message, is it?
Yes.
That's wonderful. I love it. I'm glad it was English because I would never have been able to understand what you were saying if I had to translate into English there. Tim, it's been an absolute dream to have you on. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and your experience with us. It's a very unique thing to be able to hear people's real lived experience while just doing a day-to-day life here in Korea.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And we wish you all the best.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It was really fun.
It was great. Thank you. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let me play you a song. This is Maroon 5, Won't Go Home Without You.
I asked her to stay, but she wouldn't listen. And she left before I had the chance to say, oh, the words it would mend, the things that were broken. But now it's far too late. She's gone away. Every night you cry yourself to sleep, thinking, why does this happen to me? Why does every moment have to be so hard? Hard to believe that it's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. I may not make it through the night. I won't go home without you. The taste of her breath I'll never get over. The noises that she made kept me awake. Oh, the weight of the things that remained unspoken built up so much it crushed us every day. Every night you cry yourself to sleep, thinking, why does this happen to me?
Can you hear it? Feel the sound of Busan. Your city, your story, your vibe. Tune into For My Busan.
Oh, hello. Welcome back. It's time for our Busan playlist. The time is 5:35. We're coming up to the final part of our show today. In fact, the final part of the week because it is Friday. It's the 14th, which means tomorrow is Liberation Day and it's a red day, but it's a Saturday, so we get a long weekend. So technically, we're starting the weekend together. You're welcome. Weekend starts now. Okay. This is the part of the show where I gather all your song requests, all of your messages. We put them all together and I read them and then we choose a winner and play your songs. Easy, right? Today I asked you, what is your favorite street food and why? 네, 여러분 오늘 길거리 음식에 대해서 얘기를 하는 거잖아요. 그래서 어떤 길거리 음식을 제일 좋아하시는지 여쭤봤고 그리고 이유도 여쭤봤고 그리고 신청곡도 부탁했어요. 자, 들어갈게요. 8827님 My favorite street food is 떡볶이. 역시. It's spicy and sweet taste I love. When I was a student, I often ate tteokbokki with my friends after school. We didn't have much money, but we could enjoy a delicious meal for a small amount of money. Even now, tteokbokki reminds me of those fun days. And requesting Madeline loves cheese. Do you know something funny? My husband the other day, I ordered, what was it? It was jjajangmyeon it was online. Anyway, I ordered this jjajangmyeon and we had it at home and my husband almost cried because he's like, 진짜 옛날 맛이야. He's like, this reminds me of the what is it? Very, very cheap. Very, very cheap and old like 40 years ago, 35 years ago, jjajangmyeon that they used to get. Yeah, and he was like, 와, 갑자기. 추억이 났다. It was very interesting. Millionaire name. Millionaire, I like it. Millionaire name, I really love hot dog, especially on a cold winter day. It's warm, sweet, and crispy outside. I remember eating hot dog at a traditional market with my family when I was young. We'd walk around the market, share different foods, and finish with hot dog. 맞아요. You've got to finish with hot dog because it's dessert, right? 근데 요새... It's very expensive these days, you know. 김님, 오징어 튀김. 먹기가 편하고 줄 서지 않아도 돼서 좋아요. 근데 오징어 튀김 it's 왔다 갔다, right? Because sometimes delicious, perfect, crispy and soft on the inside, tender, and then sometimes it's very 쫄깃쫄깃. And I don't like it when it's too 쫄깃쫄깃, you know? 양말 구멍님, Holy Socks. 저는 시장에서 파는 파전을 가장 좋아합니다. 길에서 먹을 수 없어서 포장을 해서 지하철을 타고 집으로 왔는데 제가 지하철에서 먹는다라고 생각한 줄 알았어요. 지하철 타고 집으로 왔는데 제가 탄 지하철 칸에서 파전 냄새가 진동을 해서 다른 승객에게 미안하더라고요. 미안하지 마세요. 우리는 좋아요. 파전 냄새. Whenever I'm in the elevator in my apartment and there's 배달 선생님 and it's chicken or 무슨 음식? 치킨이야? 피자야? 너무 좋아요. Hot sauce NCT Dream. Benny님 saying for Filipino street food I like fish balls and pork barbecue. It's interesting that that's street food, isn't it? In the Philippines, pork barbecue. Korean would be 호떡. 맞아요. And the last one for this part of our Busan playlist, before I play you the songs, 까베TV님 saying 엄청 추운 날 따뜻한 어묵. 맞습니다. 근데 특히 물떡. 어묵 국물. 맛있겠다. 배고파. Okay, I'm going to play some songs for you. This is Madeline Love by Cheese and Hot Sauce by NCT Dream. We'll come back with more of your messages and more of your requests after this.
오늘같이 싱그러운 날엔 길거리 차도 별로 다니지 않아 문득 지나가다 거울을 보면 오늘의 모습은 좀 예뻐 보이네 이따가 널 보면 무슨 말을 할까 날씨가 좋다고 뻔한 말이라도 건네볼까 어색한 장난이라도 용감하게 오늘은 너를 숨지게 만들 거야 I'm a little love I'm a little
오늘같이 햇볕 좋은 날에 매일 걷던 거리도 지겹지 않아 문득 지나가다 거울을 보면 내 얼굴도 이 정도면 잘생겼네 이따가 널 보면 무슨 말을 할까 날씨가 좋다고 공원이라도 좀 걷자 할까 좀 장난이라도 용감하게 오늘은 너를 숨지게 만들 거야 I'm Madeleine Love I'm Madeleine Love I'm Madeleine Hot sauce keep it deep day 날 따라 넌 twist day Hot sauce 타오를 때 입맛대로 올라 my dish 너무가 궁금해 나는 너만의 chef 이건 너를 위한 plate Yeah 내가 맛보여줄게 시간을 충분해 지금 우리 눈치도 보지마 그저 taste it 비법은 색다른 spicy 살짝만 스쳐도 정신없지 설탕이 발린 맛엔 이내 질리기 쉬워 뜨거운 너의 feeling 지금 느껴진 넌 너와 내 사이 성향이 보인 커져만 가는 열기 난 호감을 깨워 네 맘을 깨워 터질 것만 같은 맛있게 Girl on my dish 답이 없을 테니까 Yeah 넌 자극적인 내 감각 What you like what you 가능하게 네 감당 No Yeah yeah 버티턱이 없잖아 나 긴장을 더 풀고서 나 분 앞에 뛰어 That's right 주체 못해 자꾸 빠져드는 맛 Cause you can't stop 나 끝까지 get you 찾게 될 걸 everyday Every night 중독돼 이미 넌네 맘을 더 섞어 넌 이제 난 기없이 계속 원하게 돼 어지른 머리 네 가슴발이 이끌려 내게 이미 좀 더 자극적인 매 순간들이 강렬해 what we gon' need Going with this I'm the one What you want what you want what you want I'm the one What you want what you want what you want Hot sauce keep it deep there 날 따라 넌 twist it Hot sauce
Hello, hello. Welcome back. It's part 2 of our Busan playlist. I'm talking to you today about street food. What is your favorite? Why? And yeah, that's it really. So today you've been sending your messages. KabeTV님 saying, when I was a student, I loved eating corn dogs rolled in sugar. That's something I cannot get on board with. These days, though, old school 분식집 are so hard to find. I guess that's why convenience stores are popping up everywhere now. 맞아요. Old school 분식집, very good. Like them. 안은교님 says, surprisingly, I really liked 소떡소떡. 맛있다. Especially when you climb the mountain and it's a little cold. It's like the end of autumn coming into the beginning of winter. Eating street food outside is even more yummy than when it's summertime, I think. That's just my opinion. 조현철님 saying 저는 떡볶이 양념에 찍어 먹는 튀김입니다. 맛있겠다. 튀김은 역류성 식도염 or this is like gastro reflux. 이 있어서 먹을 수 없는 음식이네요. 힘들어요. Maybe you could just chew it. Not swallow. 저는 미국, this is 0810님. 저는 미국 푸드 트럭에서 먹었던 감자튀김이 제일 기억이 남네요. 감자튀김 위에 베이컨 같은 토핑과 소스를 마구 뿌려서 먹었는데 역시 고칼로리는 맛 없을 수가 없습니다. 근데 if it's delicious, there's no calories, right? 맞아. That's it. That's the rules, I think, right? 착한만님 saying 제가 좋아하는 길거리 음식은 핫도그랑 어묵입니다. 왜냐면 배고플 땐 어묵이 최고임. Do you know, I like 어묵. I like it. I would never really choose it, but the 국물 for me second to none. That plus 물떡. Jenny, my favorite street food is 어묵. Everybody loves 어묵. Especially love the hot soup. Me too. I just said that. Sometimes I drink so much soup that I'm too full to eat anything else, but I still keep drinking it, and it's free. 맞아요. If you go to a 분식점, like 길거리 분식점, especially in 남포동, they're so kind, and you'll eat whatever you're eating, like 순대 or 뭐 떡볶이 뭐 등등. But then they'll say 어묵 국물 줄까? 국물 줄까? So nice. 엘리아나님, 저는 분식 중에 떡, 티이에요. 어이요? 티어예요? 떡볶이, 튀김, 어묵. 알겠습니다. 어렵다. 엘리나님, 어릴 때 간식을 책임지던 음식들이에요. 학교 마치고 동전 들고 가서 먹으면 정말 맛있게 먹었어요. 맞아요. 그런 추억이 나요. 그쵸? Calentistory님, street food I like is sundae, which makes me feel 나도 순대 너무 좋아합니다. And that's all the time we have, my friends, for messages. But I do have time to tell you the winner. So the winner today is 가베TV님 축하드립니다. Congratulations, 가베TV님. You're the winner. We'll get in touch. Don't miss our messages. And thank you for playing along and always supporting our show. Let's do it again tomorrow. All right, guess who's next? listen up. Dr. McLuckie is in the house and I don't have time. Sit down immediately. Here we go. This segment, I give you something fabulous from this big dictionary. It's not a dictionary, it's an encyclopedia. Okay. Ooh. No, let's change the page. That's terrifying. Here we go. Yes. This one is actually in Korean, which is strange from an American educator. However, the word of the day is 추억의 맛. 추억의 맛입니다. 근데 추억의 맛 영어로 어떻게 말하면 되지? The taste of your? Like memory taste? I don't know. There must be a word, but my English is terrible. Never learn anything from me. The picture for you today is a picture of some of the snacks that I am giving away actually to some people. But I promised people that I would bring them Scottish candy. And these are all the ones that I would eat back in the day that I really liked, especially the gold and red, like stripy one with a big white diamond in the middle. I love it. So delicious. It's called a caramel wafer and it's got layers of caramel and wafer, caramel, and it's dipped in chocolate. It's just a classic. But we're talking about street food today. Everybody has that one dish that takes them back somewhere. But why, right? Food triggers memories because it's actually called the Proust effect. It's involuntary. It's a semantic autobiographical nostalgia, right? So when you eat something and then 갑자기 a memory pops up, it's signals that are from your nose and your mouth straight to your limbic system and your amygdala. Your amygdala is that little almond-shaped part of your brain that deals with emotion, and also the hippocampus, memory. So there's no filter. As soon as you eat or see, because it's multisensory, you smell, you taste the texture, the visuals. So it's, it just kind of pops up and you can't create that without it just being there. So basically it's involuntary recall. So what does that? Has that happened to you recently? You ate something or smelled something and then suddenly you were back in that place. I was watching a TV show actually and I saw something and it gave me this weird feeling of being back in Scotland when I was about 12. And all of these delicious things on screen. Marshmallow with coconut, with chocolate and coconut, and jammy Dodgers, and peppermint creams. Pak PD likes peppermint creams. He found out, so I'll make some here. All 추억의 맛 for me. So what about you? I'd love to know, but not today. Tell me next time because it's time for us to say goodbye. Today's show was produced by Bosung. It was written by Hong Kyung-hwa, hosted by Laura McLuckie, and the final song for you today, Friday I'm in Love by The Cure. Perfect. Enjoy the long weekend. I'll see you all the way through the weekend and then back on YouTube on Tuesday. All right. Bye-bye. Thursday never looks